this is Elena aka the Duke Bear, and let's get right on today's tutorial. So I've already done my eyebrows, so what I'm doing now is setting my eyes with setting powder, setting that concealer, and I'm gonna be using the Hues and Tones palette for today's look. So I went in with the dark brown right on the crease of my eye, and I was picking it. Now I'm blending out the hash line, and I'm using like the burnt orange on it. It's absolutely amazing. I'm sure you guys can see the pigment, and I'm going in with the black because I just wanted a nice transition of colors, more from the brown until we get to the back. So I'm focusing on the crease. Now you're blending the hash line, you know it must be well blended at all times, like flawlessly looking. It's time to cut the crease now, and I'm using the Pillow Ways concealer. This is very kind of like very sticky. The consistent is not as smooth as the LA Girl one, but it does an amazing job because it doesn't crease at all. So it's easy to apply eyeshadow on top without you even trying to set it with powder. This is so good, but if you're a beginner, it might be tricky to use it because of the thickness of it, but you know, I think you can get the hang of it. So I've cut the crease, but I'm just making sure that the crease is slick and straight. So I'm going back to make sure I'm getting the shape that I want, and also I'm getting a very clean line. So this is good when you're using your a brush that has got more of a slim end, so that it comes out perfectly fine. I think you guys can try out the Pillow Ways concealer, but it's not easy to work with. Look at me already loving the crease. So I'm going in, just blending out the hash line of the Pillow Ways, just so that when I'm applying eyeshadow there will no longer be any blotting anyway. So I'm gonna go in first with that dark brown that we applied first, so that we get a nice transition from the corner part of the eye going to the inner part of the eye. And I'm doing this in stages. You have to be patient. Listen guys, your eyeshadow, if it's not blending, if there are harsh lines, it's not gonna look good. So I'm making sure that it is well blended at the end, and I'm still using the Hues and Tones palette for this shade. It's an absolutely amazing eyeshadow palette that you can use. So okay, now I'm blending in the hash lines. I went in as well with like that burnt orange because I felt like it was disappearing a bit, and I'm gonna use it as well for the middle part of my crease as well. Oh my god, it's raining. And then when I'm doing that, I'm using a brush that is not too thick, that is not too small, just to make sure that it doesn't go over the crease, it doesn't touch my crease line. Now I'm going in with the yellow, because you know I love a good yellow. Remember this, I was doing this look for my birthday photo shoot, so I needed a color that's popping, that represents my personality. That's usually how I pick out my my eyeshadow. So I'm going in with the yellow, so I'm making sure that it's blending in well with the burnt orange. So every time I'm applying the yellow, I'll kind of like go in right on top of the orange, so that the transitioning is absolutely beautiful. So I went in also with the neon yellow, just to give a little bit of pop. Now I'm going in with the liquid liner. I'm using the liquid liner from Essence. It's quite affordable, and I feel like it always does a good job. Now it's time for the foundation. Guys, you know my fighter, it has to be the Kryolan, and I'm in the shade D1314 LL. It has complete coverage. As you can see guys, it's completely covering any blemishes that I have without struggling at all. So I really love it, and I'm using a brush. Most of the time I'm dabbing, but honestly, let me tell you the truth guys, when I was doing this look, I was a little bit of in a hurry because the photographer had already arrived and I didn't finish my makeup. So yeah, it was more like rushing, but I was committed to finishing this video. So with highlighting, I'm going in with the concealer from LA Girl, and I'm using the shade Pure Beige for my highlight, but because I love a popping like highlight and contour, I'll make sure that I go in with another shade, which you're gonna see right now. I'm contouring, and I'm using the Revlon 080. I think this is the darkest that I have found that really works well with my skin tone, and I love it so much. I use it for most of my clients. Now I'm going in with the shade Natural right under my eyes because I want it to kind of have more pop, to brighten my under eye more than any part of my area. And I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender that is damp, just to make sure that there's just a flawless blending and it's a focus blend right where I need it to be. So I'm gonna repeat this process until I feel like it's flawlessly blended. Guys, when you highlight and contour, it's not like we have to see where it is exactly. As much as it has to be visible, it must be well blended. No harsh lines. Like, if there's anything that you have to learn from me, like blending, harsh line, your makeup must look flawless. As you can see on this tutorial, I wasn't using any lighting. I was literally using natural lighting the whole entire time. So your makeup has to be as flawless as possible so that you don't use so much filter. I'm one person who really not a fan of filter, honestly, because you don't walk around with a filter on your face. So I try to make sure that my looks are as flawlessly without any special additions on them. So now I'm just blending with the contour, and I have to repeat this process, guys. I go back and forth until I'm extremely happy on how it's blended. Even though I didn't have time, I tried my best. So now I'm going in with the baking. So at baking, you're applying it exactly where you applied your highlight and contour, and I'm using this Sush Beauty Buttercup powder for this. I mixed it up with the P5 from Kryolan. You know what, I always love it that way. I can't tell you why, but it always brings out great results. So every time you're doing makeup, like I always tell my students, you have to understand this thing. Understand why you're doing what you're doing. It will help you know which products to choose, which brush to pick, and where to apply the product. Why do we highlight and contour? Why do we do the cut crease? Why do we do the eyebrows the way we do? You know, all those things. Why are we baking? It will help you know where to apply the stuff. Oh my god, you know that process. The under eye, it's very annoying. I don't think there's anyone who's comfortable in doing that. So now I'm doing my lips, and I'm going in with the L'Oreal lipstick. Like, they smell divine, they smell like chocolate. And I'm going in with the shade 844, and I'm gonna go in with the shade 862 as well, and kind of like finish it off with the dark brown, so that there's kind of like that ombre kind of look, you know. And I'm going in with the lip gloss. I didn't want my lips to be shouting, so that's why I went in with the shade where it's a nude but it's not extremely like overwhelming. So now I'm dusting off the baking. I'm doing this softly. I know on camera I might look like I'm being rough, but I'm doing this softly. And then the highlight, and I was using the one from Huda Beauty, just making sure it's highlighting like the most parts I want outstanding. I'm applying this and making sure my nose contour is like spot on. Guys, just look at me. I'm just, at this point, I'm feeling myself. Like, I feel the eyes, the way I put the eyelashes. Duke Bay in the house. I'm gonna make sure that I rep a Duke, but this is not like the final Duke that I used for the shoot, but I definitely love this Duke, and it was so easy to wrap around. You know what, I actually miss doing, I miss my braids. I miss my braids a lot. They are like my go-to style, and every time you add the Duke on, it's just absolutely perfect. I think you guys can try this with a scarf. It's not that hard. I feel like most people can do this anyway. Just look at me. No edit, no filter. Anyway, it's shoot time. I kind of switched it up the look for my second look. I went in with the black lipstick, and these are the official professional pictures. Just look fine girl, fine anyhow. Like, listen, my mother and father, I think I need to throw my mom a baby shower, because wow, look what she gave birth to. Anyway, shout out to TMD for making sure that he captures this moment, and he did an absolutely amazing job. I couldn't recognize myself, so shout out to him. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share this video, and also push that notification button so that you don't miss any videos. Bye.